Okay, what is up, guys? My name's Dave or Dagger, and here's a whole bunch of molly spots. Now, I'm going to start off on A site, and then move on to B site, and then I also have some cross the map mollies as well as some that land into hookah. All of them should be timestamped below. But let's get into this. Now, everybody pretty much knows this one for default. You just come into this corner, put your little crosshair of right there. Right, like so. A molly, you shoot it off, it mollies, and it lands right there on default. But I have another one, a better one, I think. You come back here, jump onto this barrel, and depending on where you where you want to molly, you just put that same crosshair on either this little ball or this little ball. You just cover it up. Say you just want right there. That one should be the shorter version, and say like they just molly. They plant. Sometimes, you know, you plant back here. Your teammate does. You molly that off. But then we also have one. If you just look at the one right below it and molly it off, it goes up and over and lands right against the truck in case your teammate or plants right here. Now I also have one for the default plant on triple or whatever you would like to call that. You just get into this corner. Now a lot of my mollies just you get into corners, that way it's much easier. And again, with that same crosshair, you're just going to line up with right there. Again, I can show that. It's going to be this antenna. You just line it up right there. It goes up and over, banks off the green box, and lands default triple, and it mollies the whole space. So as long as you place in or plant right inside this little safe corner, you're good. Now let's go over to the B site, and I'll show you a whole bunch of mollies for that one. Now I have 3 that go right into this corner, and then 1 that goes into this corner, depending on where you are. So let's start it off. Now everyone pretty much knows this molly. I saw this on a YouTube video, and everybody pretty much uses this one. You just kind of line up the edge of your health bar, or whatever you want to call that line, right in that corner. You molly. I don't like this one too much. Sure, you're close to the action, but it just doesn't seem as consistent, you know. Depending on where you look, you can hit it or you might not, just because this corner is not like the sharpest of objects. So, you know, you can hit or miss it depending on where you exactly line up. Like, oh, hey, that one went a bit too far back, but I got a better one for you. You're just going to come right back here in this corner. You're going to, with the flame emoji or whatever you want to call it, you're going to aim right at this little plank of wood, right like that. And it can be pretty broad in where you actually look at, and it should molly that every single time. Now say, what if you want to molly the other side right over there? Well, I got another one for you. Same corner, you're gonna come right here. You're going to, with that same flame decal emoji, whatever you want to call it, you're going to look up right around there, just like that, and you're gonna molly. And we are going to see that it lands right in that corner. Now let's say you are in hookah, you don't want to peek, you don't want to go like peek out, you don't want to jump up on this box because they might be holding it. You can just come right into this corner and then just barely off this jut of wood, this plank of wood, you're just going to go like that, and it should land and molly off that default plant. Okay, I got one more for you. This one is really hit or miss for me, so I don't like using it too much. But you're gonna come right back here, and then you are going to just look at this third piece of wood right there. I count it 1, 2, 3, and you are just going to put it your diamond where the caps is, right like that, right at the tippy top. And again, I don't like this one too much. It's hit or miss. Sometimes it lands on top of that box, other times it lands here, and depending on how you plant, sometimes they can kind of sneak in and get that diffused. So I'm not a big fan of that. Now, I also promised you cross the map mollies. So say they are planting on A, you're over here on B site, or at least they're executing onto A, and you want to stop a plant on, say, default. What you're going to do is you're going to come into this corner again with your crosshair. You are going to place it right onto that, the tip of the crane or whatever that is, and you're going to molly, and you are going to see this is going to go cross, bounce onto U-Haul, and land right perfect for anywhere that they plant. If it's further back or against the truck, it's perfect if they plant anywhere in this area. Now, I also have one for triple or the green box, whatever you want to call that. This one, you're going to right there, you are going to put the top of your smoke, like that little square, right like that, and you're gonna molly it. Now, this one isn't the best. It mollies behind the box, but if we come over here, you can still see if they were trying to plant right there, it's still going to molly them off. They're gonna have to, plant maybe a bit further out than normal, and your team might be able to pick them off that way. Unfortunately, I've tried, but this little box right here stops it from getting any closer to, say, on this exact plant spot. Maybe you can find something better, but now as far as hookah mollies, I have 2 hookah mollies. They are very situational, and they both land back hookah, so it can kind of help you clear that out. Now, one is from A site, and you're just going to come into this corner. It's a bit dangerous because, yes, you do expose yourself to short, but you're just going to come into this corner, and then with the top of the flame decal, you're going to aim right here. You should see a little kind of rectangle right like that, and you're just going to put the tip of your molly right there, and we are going to molly it off. And you should see it mollies, and it mollies back hookah. So it gets a broad space. Even if they're on here, they should be mollied. But this one's pretty much only good if you're on defender side, because you do have to take U-Haul control in order to really use that molly. And it kind of just forces the attackers a bit further up. Now, I have another one for you. What you're going to do is you're going to get on this cactus. Again, this one might be a bit finicky, just because a lot of mine use corners. That way you can get in the exact position. But we're going to get on this cactus. We're going to take out our molly, and the top of it, right where the rectangle is, right above the crosshair, you're going to line it up with this little dot. And we're going to fire. It's going to go over, and you should see that it bounces and then lands back hookah if the ghost would play nice with me. Now that kind of gets rid of a lot of spots that they can camp. You really only have to worry about this little box right here. So you can just peek in, check that box. You're safe from the camping corner of this box over here, and then once you clear that that corner, you can know, hey, I'm safe. I can just clear all this out with, and you did that with one molly. So hope you all enjoyed. I should have smokes on other maps pretty soon, and I might update this one if I find any better molly spots. So thank you all for watching. Without further ado, have a good one.